until she is able for it. I wonder what that means. For that reason, the Prophet delayed the consummation of his marriage to Aisha. Al-Nawawi said, with regard to the wedding party of a young married girl at the time of consummating the marriage, if the husband and the guardian of the girl agree upon something that will not cause harm to the young girl, then that may be done. If they disagree, then Ahmed and Abu Ubaid say that once a girl reaches the age of 9, then the marriage may be consummated even without her consent.
مما يحمد عليه من يفعله. النبي تزوج صلى الله عليه وسلم عائشة قبل أن تتم 9 سنين، وإنما بنى بها لما أكملت 9.
We need to come back to the Book of God in totality. Doing something like this to a child goes against what God is teaching us. Furthermore, we can't even prove Prophet Muhammad did this. Imagine God gave humanity a book and let the messenger who received this miracle to do something like this. It doesn't make sense. Chapter 24 verse 31 is a famous verse that has an underrated section within it that would totally go against the idea that children naturally have sexual thoughts. We read, in the name of God, the gracious, merciful. And tell the believing women to lower their eyesight and guard their private parts, and not to display their adornments except what appears thereof. And let them cover their breasts with their covers or scarves, and not to display their adornments except to their husbands or their parents, or the parents of their husbands, or their children, or the children of their husbands, or their brothers, or the children of their brothers, or the children of their sisters, or their women, or those their right hands possess, or the followers, the subordinates, other than those of cunning among men, or a child who is not aware of the private parts of women. And they, the women, should not strike with their legs to expose what they hide of their adornment. So repent to God altogether, O you believers, perhaps you will succeed. Praise be to God. Remember the part, or a child who is not aware of the private parts of women. The author of the Quran, whom we claim is God, others might claim it's Prophet Muhammad, seems to know that it is not normal for a child in their mental state to be aware of the private aspects of women. The author knows that it is weird and absurd for the child to be into the private aspects of women. So how can it be that the author would allow for them to be married? How can it be that the author would allow for them to sleep in a sexual way? How can that be when in the author's mind, a child should normally not be affected and should not be registering in their minds sexual nakedness? That's why God places a social condition that dressing in a more looser way than you do outside is allowed with children because they are not at the age. So for children, the Quran supports social recognition that it is not okay for children to be regarding sexual nakedness. That is clear within the Quran. I hope you guys benefited from this video, and I'll see you later. Until next time, peace.